Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. I'm an addict and my sobriety date is July 13th of 2015. And here on my channel, I like to share about my journey in recovery, and sometimes I share story times from my past. Sometimes I talk about what I'm going on in my life. Sometimes we do recovery support group meetings. We also do Mara meetings every Friday at 7. And so we just have a good time here, you guys. But we are a recovery related YouTube channel. So if you are into recovery or you need support in your recovery, I hope you will stick around and subscribe. Now, everybody in this chat, do me a solid. 1, share this video. And 2, give me a thumbs up, yo. And sometimes we do my makeup. That's right, Cam. Okay. So, I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about something that I just got off of a Zoom meeting with everybody. Hey, Clancy, with my patrons, and we were hanging out and talking because I was struggling and I needed to talk. But I have a website, you guys, and I'm going to show it to you. It's www.realtalkrecovery.com, and it's real dash talk dash recovery. And let me show you. Okay. Recovery without judgment. That is my website. I need help. I need to get a hold of somebody to help me. I want to make it to where if you come to that website, that there will be 24/7 recovery support. I want it to have a live chat, so whenever you comment, somebody will answer you. You know what I mean? So, here is my Patreon link if any of you guys want to join us. And then we're going to talk, and we're going to do a meditation, y'all. Okay. There we go. So y'all come on in. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody's sobriety been going? Are y'all all doing good? Is anybody struggling? Is anybody struggling at all? Let me know, because I'm here to help you, okay? So, hey, Chrissy. Okay, there you go. Okay. So, step 1 is we admitted we were powerless. Let's do the Mara 12 steps. You're struggling? What's going on, boss baby? Why are you struggling, hun? Talk to me. What's going on? I am feeling a lot better, Sam. Thank you for asking. Thank you. I didn't hear from you today, Sam. Hey, Black Cartel, what's up? I'm so proud of you. Have you been able to stay sober since leaving treatment? That's awesome, man. What are you using, boss baby? Here's the Real Talk Recovery phone line. If anybody needs to text me, you can text me on that number or call me. But it's like a text now number, so text it first so that way I can answer it, okay? Me too. Thanks for speaking up, girl. I wouldn't have said anything if you didn't. Okay, I'm reading y'all's comments. You have Black Cartel? That's awesome. You're on Suboxone. Welcome to the family. Me too. Donna says, is the Patreon Zoom meeting saved for us to watch later? No, I don't know how to record the Zoom meetings, Donna, it was just really honestly, everybody went live without me on Zoom, and then I just came in there and we just talked about life. Hey, James. Oh, well, Black Cartel, let me tell you a little bit about myself, okay? Welcome to the family. My name is Nichole, and I'm a recovering addict. I was a poly addict addicted to methamphetamine, oxy, heroin, Xanax, cocaine, basically anything, but I was an IV user. I tried to get sober, going to treatment 5 different times. I went to prison in 2009 and got out in 2010, relapsed, and then my son got taken away from me in July of 2015. When my son got taken away from me, I went into treatment. When I came out of treatment, all I could think about was how I wanted to get high. So I went to the doctor and I got on Suboxone, and I've been sober ever since. Just celebrated 5 years. So, Black Cartel, you are in the right space because we are all about all-inclusive recovery support, non-judgmental recovery support, and a lot of us are on Suboxone or methadone that are in this meeting. So, you are in the right place. Right, guys? Best place to find help is right here with us. And if you need support, we have meetings every single night. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I go live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I go live at 8 p.m. for meditation. And then Sundays, I usually take a day off. But as you can see, I'm not off. So, I decided to come on and do a Sunday simmer down with y'all. A Sunday simmer down. So, I've never called it a Sunday simmer down, but we're going to call it that. Frank. Well, nice to meet you, Frank. Come on in, have a seat, and I'm so proud of you. 15 days out of treatment, still staying on the straight and narrow. That's a pretty awesome, man, for real.
Frank the Tank.
My husband says Frank the Tank. So, okay, let me find us a good meditation, y'all. I hope everybody is doing good, though. I'm only here because Big Sid sold some shards. Heard you both were dating. Hey, little Steph. Yeah, Big Sid's my baby's daddy. Don't tell my husband, though. I'm pregnant, and I don't know what's going to happen if my husband finds out. I'm pregnant with Sid's baby. Sorry, I always miss the Zoom meeting. Sundays are extremely busy at the shop. Hey, man, that's okay. That's okay. Trinidad, why don't you call me tomorrow and just let me know how everything's going, how you're doing with your recovery, okay? Check in with me tomorrow, either tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, all right? All right? Black Cartel, that's awesome. Stick around here and you have great support and incredible knowledge. Yes. That's right, Bobby. You already know. Okay, so y'all ready? Let's do our evening meditation. I'm going to read the meditation and then we'll talk about it, okay? All right, here we go. August 2nd, 2020, practicing honesty. Honesty. How about you guys? When you were in your active addiction, were you honest? I used to say, I'm so honest. I'm so real. Honestly, when I was in my active addiction, I was lying. I was stealing. I was cheating. I was manipulating. But it's like when you're in your active addiction, your perception of everything else is so skewed. It's like I thought that I was like honest and I thought I was having a good time. I thought I was so cool. I thought, I just thought all these things that were just not true. Now that I'm sober, I see how like messed up my thinking was, and it's all because I was getting high. So practicing honesty. When we feel trapped or pressured, it takes great spiritual and emotional strength to be honest. Many of us try to wiggle out of a difficult spot by being dishonest, only to have to humble ourselves later and tell the truth. Some of us twist our stories as a matter of course, even when we could just as easily tell the plain truth. Every time we try to avoid being honest, it backfires on us. Honesty may be uncomfortable, but the trouble we have to endure when we are dishonest is usually far worse than the discomfort of telling the truth. Honesty is one of the fundamental principles of recovery. We apply this principle right from the beginning of our recovery when we finally admit our powerlessness and unmanageability. We continue to apply the principle of honesty each time we are faced with the option of either living in fantasy or living life on its own terms. Learning to be honest isn't always easy, especially after the covering up and deception so many of us practiced in our addiction. Our voices may shake as we test our newfound honesty, but before long, the sound of the truth coming from our own mouths settles any doubts. Honesty feels good. It's easier living the truth than living a lie. Just for today. Today, I will honestly embrace life with all its pressures and demands. I will practice honesty even when it is awkward to do so. Honesty will help, not hurt, my efforts to live clean and recover. So, let's talk about honesty, okay? And yeah, that's a pretty awesome freaking meditation, and it was just what I needed to hear. You know why? Let me tell you. So this evening I had a scheduled Patreon Zoom at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I have been struggling, like I was telling you guys earlier, with my son's behavior. And so I didn't do that Patreon Zoom. And I wasn't even going to go online at all. I was just going to check out of life for the day and put my nose in YouTube, watch some makeup gurus or some drama tea, and just zone out. So I was sitting there on the bed and I was thinking about my patrons, the people that I talk to every single day that are basically like all my good friends, that were probably relying on me to do that meditation this evening with them. And I thought, man, I need to check in and let everybody know what's going on, right? Well, I opened up my phone and there was Nikki texting me and asking me if we were going to do the Patreon Zoom. And I was like, telling her what was going on, being honest, telling her that I was struggling and having a hard time this evening. And you guys have been seeing it the last couple days. It's been very difficult. I'm learning how to set boundaries with my son, and it's not something that I'm very good at doing. It's very difficult for me to tell him no or put any kind of rules in place. Every time I do, I end up going back and changing them and letting him get away with it. So I was like, man, after I talked to Nikki and told her what was going on, I went into the Patreon chat to talk to everybody and say, hey, right? And I went in there and I saw the Zoom link that Melysa had went ahead and did a Zoom. And I said, oh, I'll just click in and talk to everybody. And so I went in there and I waited my turn to share, and then I started crying and just telling everybody about what's been going on. And honestly, you guys, like, it is difficult for me because I feel so much guilt surrounding my son. Hey, Tim. Shout out Texas Prison Stories. I have so much guilt when it comes to reprimanding my son and parenting my son. And it's because, and a lot of y'all have pointed this out to me, it's because I don't forgive myself for having him taken away when I was in my addiction. And I beat myself up over and over and over again for something that happened 5 years ago. I've had my son back for over 4 years now. I've had him back for a long time, and I don't have to make up for anything because I've had him back, right? And I'm very, very fortunate that he does not remember any of that, even being taken away. But it was such a good thing for me to go in there and be honest and say, hey guys, this is what's going on, and be able to cry and just get it off my chest, right? I just needed to get it off my chest and say, you know what, man, I'm struggling and I need some support, you know, and we all got to sit there and talk, and they gave me some awesome suggestions. Now, let me tell you what the old Nichole would have done. The old Nichole would have had people relying on her. The old Nichole would have had people depending on her, and the old Nichole would have not showed up. She wouldn't have texted nobody. She wouldn't have called nobody. She just wouldn't have showed up at all. okay? James, you're fine. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but Hitman, James is cool, dude. He just comes in here and he jokes around and we laugh. Okay, so y'all don't be arguing with each other over jokes. Anyway, sorry, I don't. So, what was I saying? Oh, the old me would have just blew it off and said, you know what? Who cares if they're depending on me? I would have been selfish. I would have been only thinking of me. And honestly, the old me wouldn't even have people depending on me because I can't keep I wouldn't have been able to keep any kind of commitment. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have been able to do anything. I would have been flaking out every day and I would have not been showing up. You know what I mean? So today it's uncomfortable for me to be honest and have to say, hey guys, I'm struggling, right? I'm struggling because I feel like I shouldn't be struggling. I feel like I should be the leader and that I should be helping everybody and I shouldn't have any struggles, right? Well, let me just tell you something. I have struggles just like everybody else does. And if anything, I feel like they're amplified because I have that expectation on myself. I place these expectations on myself. Hey, Dayna. So it felt good to go in there and to get the support and the help from my friends that are, here to help me. Just like I'm here to help you guys are helping me. And it's a two-way street. You know what I mean? Nichole, you are the most honest, but you're human. Of course we all do. Yes, Tim. And it's like, I know that sometimes I just really beat myself up, you guys. I really, really do. James, quick question. Suboxone is an opiate inhibitor, right? As in it makes you sick if you take opiates after. Yes, James. Yes. It will make you sick. If you were to take, like, let's say I went out and bought me some pills and took them. It would literally do nothing. Now, if you are on opiates and you induct onto Suboxone before the opiates leave your system, that will throw you into precipitated withdrawal. Hey, Trina, I've never seen you before. Thanks for being here, girl. We are all human. So that's a way that I have been honest in my recovery today, okay? So one of the things that I have learned in my sobriety is that I would rather just be straight up than to lie and have to keep following up with lies, right? Take this gum out of my mouth. Sorry about that. Now, it took me a long time to get to that point because here's the thing, you guys. I had become so used to lying, telling little white lies, that it was just second nature. It was just like they would just fall out of my mouth. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, when me and my husband first got sober, we have a bank account together, and I would spend money on like makeup or something, and he would say, "Hey, Nichole, did you spend $50 at Sephora?" And before I would even think about it, I would say, "No." Well, who the fuck else did? You know what I mean? He didn't. But it would just fly out of my mouth. Like, no, I didn't spend the money because I was like, I got to cover. I can't admit that I spent $50 on Sephora. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to disappoint him or make him upset. Now I'm like, yeah, I bought some makeup, or I'll show him what I bought so he can see, what I bought. So that way he knows it's not just crap or whatever, Let's see what anyone here struggling using more than one thing? I literally don't know what's going on or what I'm doing half the time. Nick, whenever I was in my active addiction, I was up, down, and all around. I was shooting methamphetamine, shooting Roxy's, eating bars of Xanax, and so I was out of my mind. Out of my mind to the point where, like, my husband recorded me one night because I was so high, you guys, that I was, like, I would wake up I wouldn't wake up. I was already nodded out. My eyes would be rolled back in my head, and I would start just talking, right? I would just start talking about nothing. Thanks, Bobby. I appreciate that, man. I was doing, like, dances from, like, high school, like, my cheerleading dances, and my husband was getting tired of it because I would start saying people's names that he didn't know, and he's thinking, what's she doing over there? Who's she talking to? And so he took out his phone and recorded me one night so I could see myself. And that was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done, was watch myself look so bad and so, it was so scary because I was out of it and I don't remember acting like that. So yeah, I struggled with poly substance abuse for many, many years. So if you're struggling with multiple addictions, you can get sober, man. There's help out there. So if you're struggling, reach out. You can text me or call me anytime on the Real Talk Recovery phone line. And there's lots of people in here that you can reach out to that I'm sure would be willing to be a support system for you. That's why we do these. That's why we do these meetings, because this is a place where you can reach out and find other like-minded individuals that will support you in your recovery. So there's the Real Talk Recovery phone number, and then I'll also get the Facebook group if any of you guys want to come over and join us. I've been really working hard on posting more in our Facebook group, and yeah, so it's been good. It's been good. Let me get the group thingy. We're growing though, y'all. We're growing, and we got a lot of people that are willing to step up and help you guys. Even if it's just like for inspiration, y'all. Sometimes it's just nice to be able to talk to somebody that knows what you're going through and who has experienced the same thing. So that way you know you're not alone. Okay, there's the Facebook group. Now let me see what y'all are saying. Are y'all cussing each other out still? Okay, Rambling Ruthie says, I take gabapentin, but that's it right now. It helps with my chronic pain, and since it is not a controlled substance, I don't feel so bad, and I take it as prescribed. That's good, girl. As long as you're taking it as prescribed, you're doing great. That's great. It gets real when you see yourself in that type of psychosis. It really does, James. It's really scary because I was absolutely out of control. It was really scary. I used to struggle with pills, booze, cocaine, and honesty. Tough with multiple habits, but not impossible to kick. That's right. And here's the thing, like, yeah, Trina, gabapentin can be addicting. I used to abuse gabapentin and overtake it. I used to live with this girl, and she got a prescription, so what I would do is I would take like 4 or 5 at one time, and it would knock me out. So let's keep on talking about some honesty, okay? So sometimes what I feel like happens, especially when we're first starting out in our recovery, if we are not actively trying to be better people. So here's the thing, okay? I know many people who have gotten sober off of drugs and alcohol, and then what they did was they didn't start doing anything except for they stopped drugs and alcohol, right? So they stopped drugs and alcohol, but they still had the really bad negative behaviors that they had while they were in their active addiction. So basically nothing changed, right? The only thing that changed is that they didn't have drugs. They weren't taking drugs no more. So instead of getting that relief from drugs and alcohol, they had that misery was just building up inside of them, and they weren't taking any steps to make changes in their life to be better, right? And so they were just not fun to be around, like miserable people, okay? So I see that happen a lot with people who get sober, and then they don't come to a place where they can talk to other people, or they don't get into therapy, or you don't have to go to Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous to get recovery support. It is literally 2020, and there are... Did you just fart on my live stream?
Take that!
I'm sorry. Did y'all hear that? I love you.
Better out than in.
My husband just dropped he just what is it called? He just crop dusted me and left. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, getting sober and then not doing anything like any kind of work, right? And here's the thing, you guys, like, you might be in that situation right now. How many of you guys have gotten sober and you just quit drugs and alcohol and you're struggling, right? You're struggling really bad and you don't understand why, okay? I'm going to tell you why. Because internally, there's work to be done, okay? Recovery is healing on the inside as well. It's not just about taking away drugs and alcohol. Because we are miserable. That's why we were using drugs and alcohol. Damn, that stinks. We were unhappy, right? Unhappy, insecure people. And when we were using drugs and alcohol, we were trying to escape and change the way we felt. So, getting sober and working a recovery program, whether it be, like I said, therapy, going to meetings, doing 12 steps, doing Celebrate Recovery in Mara, doing Real Talk Recovery, whatever it is, that's how you're going to heal, okay? All right. So what I see happen a lot, and it happened to me, was people get sober. I got sober, and I had I wasn't working a program. I wasn't trying to actively better myself. I was just trying to stay sober with all of my might by white knuckling it. But I didn't have any support. I didn't have any sober friends or sponsor or going to meetings. Nothing. I didn't have therapy, and so the dishonesty was just getting worse. And so people were saying to me, "Well, I thought you were sober, Nicole. I thought you were in recovery." Let me give y'all an example. When I first got sober, I walked into Kroger and I went to the makeup section and I stole some makeup. And when I got home, my husband saw that I had a purse full of new makeup. And he was like, where did you get all that from? And I was like, I stole it from Kroger, right? And he was like, but I thought you were trying to do the right thing today. I thought you were trying to stay sober today, right? And it's like, when you're doing old behaviors like that and you're trying to be sober, that old behavior is going to take you back into your addiction. So if you're somebody who's sober from drugs and alcohol and you're still lying, cheating, stealing, committing adultery, those actions that you're practicing, those negative behaviors, are going to lead you back to that drug. They're going to lead you back to the crack pipe or the alcohol or the cocaine or the benzos or the opiates. They will take you back to active addiction. I've had it happen to me time and time again. That's how I know. So, it's not always easy, like it said in that reading. It's not always easy to be honest, you guys, but it's the best thing to do. Okay? The best thing to do. Okay, now let me catch up on y'all's comments. Shoo, mercy. Neurotin is another name. Oh, yeah, okay. Trina says, as an addict, I don't know the meaning of as prescribed. Yeah, I was prescribed. Crop dusted. I got crop dusted. Yep, I did. His chonies. Yes. James. Oh yeah, Gold Dust is Chrissy's favorite song. That's why she's Gold Dust Woman. I'm extremely busy, but need to make the time for me to actually go to meetings. I stole two a while back and feel horrible that I did that a while back. You're so right, girl. And listen, it's okay. Like, it's okay that happened, but like keeping on repeating that same behavior, it will cause you to go back. Boss baby. What? Really? That's awesome, man. Okay, I'll send you a link to our private chat so you can come in there with us, okay? Cam, I used to not understand why I couldn't stay sober, right? And it was because the reason why I couldn't stay sober is because I was still doing the same shit I was doing when I was high. So let's just break it down all the way to like, let's talk about breaking an old habit, okay? Like smoking cigarettes or, I don't know, chewing with your mouth open, okay? If you're trying to stop smoking cigarettes, okay, and you are constantly around people that are smoking cigarettes, or you still have ashtrays with cigarette butts in your house, and let me think, you still have your Bic lighters in your car, just think about it. These are all, you still like to, after you eat dinner, you hang out with everybody who's smoking a cigarette after dinner, right? These are all things that would keep you from stopping smoking cigarettes, because you're going to get around those people, you're going to smell those cigarettes, and then you're going to want another cigarette, right? And so it's the same way with like practicing our behaviors in recovery. We have to practice recovery behaviors. We have to be practicing telling the truth. We have to practice being helping others and being of service to others. We have to humble ourselves, be open-minded, honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. Willingness to take suggestions. Because one of the things that I was when I was in my active addiction was a stone cold know-it-all. And I always fell back in my addiction because I wouldn't listen to what anyone else said. I know how to stay sober. I can do this on my own. Nobody's going to tell me how to do anything. Getting sober takes humility. It takes you leveling your pride and squashing your ego and saying, you know what? I can't do this. I need help. Damn it, I need to call that girl from Real Talk Recovery. She seems like she knows what she's talking about. Damn it, I'm going to have to cave and do something different. It's uncomfortable because it's the unknown. You know, change is scary because we've never done it before, right? One of my biggest fears was that I was going to be like lame and nobody was going to like me. Y'all, I have so many friends now in recovery. I have 5,300 more friends than I did when I was in my addiction. Nichole, did you ever relapse in the beginning? Not this time around, Trina. This time around, I've been able to stay sober for 5 years, all the way through. But I'll tell you, before this time, I was trying to get sober. Let me tell you about a time I really gave it my all, okay? So I came out of prison in 2010. Hey, Megan. Sure, you're my friend, James. You're part of the... Are you subscribed? Then you're my friend. Michael, I used to smoke Newports and Cools, man. Newport shorts in a box, baby. And I haven't smoked in 2 years. I've been cigarette free. 2 years. But anyway, my relapse. Okay, so let me tell you about a time that I tried to get sober. And it was the last time I tried to get sober before 2015 when I got sober this time. So I got out of prison in 2010 and I was in there and I was like, you know what? I'm not coming back to a place like this ever again. I've got to get out of here and I've got to set myself up for success. So I called my probation officer and she said, you know what? You're not allowed back in Hot Springs. You need to find a halfway house in Little Rock. And I'm so glad that she told me to do that, you guys, because I did not need to come back to Hot Springs. So I found a halfway house in Little Rock, and I paroled out to it. It was a place called Williamsburg. It was connected to Recovery Centers of Arkansas, which was a treatment center here in Little Rock. So I paroled out to Williamsburg, and I moved in. Didn't have any money. Didn't have a car. My first week that I moved in, I went straight to Kroger and got myself a job. You know how I got there every day? I walked. I walked to work every day. Some mornings I had to be there at 6 a.m., so I had to leave my house at like 5:15 to get there because it was like a 45-minute walk. But I was willing and I wanted it, so I walked every morning to work. I worked so hard as a new employee that I was promoted within 5 months to assistant deli manager. When I got upgraded to assistant deli manager, I was making about $14 an hour, which, if y'all don't know, here in Arkansas, that's pretty damn good. Okay, that's pretty damn good. And my boss decided to take me to Memphis, Tennessee, with her to do some stores there. So I was making a lot of money because I was getting paid to go and travel with her. So when I got back from Memphis, Tennessee, there was like $3,000 checks waiting for me. Okay, so I was doing really good for myself. I got a sponsor. I started going to Cocaine Anonymous, which was my home group, CA, which is awesome. I loved it. I loved Cocaine Anonymous. They were so welcoming. They were also real and honest. They didn't sugarcoat shit. They were the real deal drug addicts, people that I needed to be around, junkies that had gotten sober. You know what I'm talking about. And so I could relate to those people. And so I started going to those meetings. I got right in the middle of the fellowship. I started chairing. I became the secretary of our home group. And like I said, I had my sponsor and I was working the steps. And I remember I had just done my 4th step with my sponsor, Robin. Well, life was going good. Life was going real good, right? I was succeeding. I was making money. My mom and dad let me have my car back, so they brought it down. And I was able to start driving. I even got my own apartment, you guys. Was able to move out of the halfway house and got my own apartment. And I kept working, and I was getting more and more hours. And then slowly but surely, guess what I did? I stopped being willing. I stopped calling my sponsor. I stopped doing my steps. I stopped going to meetings. And I relapsed. And I got high. I got high on oxys. Started shooting them up. That was the first time I ever shot an oxy. 2010. I started shooting oxys, and I was trying to go back to meetings and get back in and stop shooting oxys. So I was chairing the meeting high, looking like a dumbass, being disrespectful of the program. And I remember my counselor came over to give me a drug test because I was still going to the meetings I was still in RCA, like I was still enrolled in IOP. And I failed the drug test. And they were like, you need to go back to treatment. And so I was like, I'll go back. So I went back for 30 days. And then I came out and I relapsed again. And I didn't come back until 2015. So yes, I have relapsed many, many times. But that time, I was really trying. Like I said, I was going to meetings. I was very involved in my recovery program. I was running around with good people that were also sober. And I made a mistake, and I chose to stop attending those meetings and stop. What happened was, here's a playlist of all my relapses. I just put it in the chat. What happened was, you guys, is I let my ego get a hold of me. And I started saying in my mind, I don't really need to go to these meetings all the time. Like, I've been sober for 9 months, because I think I was at like 9 months. I started telling myself, I don't really need to be going to these meetings. I'm doing so well. I'm making good money. I'm working every day. And slowly but surely, these intrusive thoughts started coming in that were telling me, sorry, this pimple's driving me crazy. These intrusive thoughts that were coming in that were telling me, like, I don't need this. Like, I can do this without the help, right? I made that mistake, starting to hang out with people I knew still used, and it did not turn out well for me. Nichole, did you ever relapse in the beginning? So, Trina, does that answer your question? Is it a good thing when you are triggered and about to cave to call someone like you? I was thinking of writing better coping skills down on Post-its. Absolutely. So, if you're triggered and you think, I want to use, absolutely pick up the phone right away. Pick up the phone right away. Get on here and do a video. Do you have a YouTube channel? Make a video about it. Talk about it. That helped me so much. I can't believe I missed saying this earlier with the crop dust farty party. I'm trying to read y'all's comments. Yes, as long as you don't have children that can understand what they mean. Okay, sorry guys, I was reading y'all's comments. Okay, so I watch poppin' videos, Ruthie. I love that shit. Okay, so yeah, so I relapsed a lot of times, Trina, a lot. And that's probably why I'm where I'm at today, because I don't want to go back to that life ever again. My life, you guys, is so amazing now, and I'm here to tell you this. Okay, I'm not rich. I'm not rich. Okay, there's my chronic relapse playlist. I'm not rich at all. Okay, but I got my life together today. You know what I mean? And it's been a long time coming, you guys. A long time coming. I don't want to go back to that life. I don't want to go back to that life. I love, I love my recovery. I love helping other people. I love being able to come on here and share with you guys the joys of being sober and how much my life has changed. This shit is where it's at. Okay? You know what else is also where it's at? Seeing people like Bobby, who joined us 2 years ago, who was struggling with heroin addiction. And now he's fixing to celebrate a year sober. That's fucking amazing. That is amazing. Okay? You are so real and honest, Nichole. A breath of fresh air. Thanks, girl. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. One of the things that is really important to me on this channel is that I am straight up with you guys and that I'm just open. I am honest. This is my real life. Okay? I watch a lot of people who they stage their videos. They have their kids act perfectly in the background. And it's just like not believable, right? This is my real life. I cry. I don't wear makeup half the time because I just don't put any on because I'm not going anywhere. But that's like that's how I built this channel, is just being real, just being straight up. You know what I mean? And so it's really, really important to me. I will answer any questions you guys have. If you want to know something, ask me. If you're struggling with something, tell me about it. I'm here to support you. Like, the only way that I can help you or even give you a suggestion is if you tell me what you're going through. And there's never anything to be embarrassed or ashamed of, because I promise you, I've done it all. There's not one thing that you can say that would surprise me. Ever. You hear me? Ever. I've done it all. So, you know, is it easy? Is it easy to get sober? It's not like it's easy. It's not easy at all, okay? It's what it is it's not easy, but it's simple. And that what I mean by that is if you reach out and you get help and you have support and you listen to what other people who have gotten sober before you are telling you to do, then you will get sober. Listen to what I did, okay? So I had been hearing this for 10 years, right? I've been in and out of rehab, been in and out of 12-step fellowships, and everybody would tell me, if you just take suggestions, you'll get sober. If you'll just listen to what other people tell you, you get sober. You know why? Because for 13 years, I listened to what I told me. And guess where it got me? Strung out with a needle hanging out of my arm, with a felony conviction on my record, homeless, living in the gutter. That's where my own damn advice got me. So now that I'm in recovery, guess what? I don't take my own advice. I listen to what somebody else tells me to do, especially the first year. Okay, now I've gotten to a point where I can make good decisions today because the fog is cleared. I can think clearly now. But before, you guys, when I first got sober, shit, I didn't know how to make good decisions. Let me tell y'all a story. I was working the 12 steps with this lady named Jayne. Okay, she was my second sponsor, I think. And I had 6 months sober. I hadn't even gotten my son back yet. And I wanted to quit my job and go back to college. And so I called my sponsor up and I was like, hey, I'm gonna quit my job. I'm gonna go back to college. Okay, Michael, love you. I'm gonna go back to college and they're gonna give me a grant. I'm gonna get $5,000. She said, whoa, pump the brakes, Nichole, pump the brakes. You are not quitting your job, first of all, and you don't need to go back to college right now. You need to not make big decisions in the first year. And what she meant by that is, sure, going back to college is an awesome thing, but at that time, I had to have steady employment for my CPS case. I needed to get housing. Right, I was just very unstable. So getting $5,000 from the school, Arkansas school grant, what was I going to do with that money? I would get that $5,000, and guess what would happen? I probably would have spent it on drugs and relapsed. So I had to pause, and I actually listened, and I took her suggestion, and I didn't go and run back to school and try to get $5,000. I actually listened, and I kept my job, and I kept working, and I saved money, and I got my son back, and I got a house, and I got a car, and I got money in the savings account, and now I can go back to school. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't make the best decisions, especially when I was first starting out. I was very impulsive. And so pausing and letting someone guide you, I'm telling you guys, like, I needed guidance. I needed guidance, and that really, really helps me. What do you want to study? I want to be honestly, if I go back to college, I'm going to become a drug and alcohol rehabilitation counselor. Real deal. That's what I would do. It helps me to watch the channels about homeless people and working girls. It might be crazy, but it helps because I don't want to go down that hole. Ruthie, you don't, girl. You don't. And I've been there too. Hey, Courtney, what's up, girl? Let me read y'all's comments now. Thanks, Michael. Okay. We recover better together. Share your journey and you might help somebody else. And watch, you'll end up really helping yourself. That's right. Yes. Just making an appearance to show my support for the most badass recovery channel ever created. Thanks, Reaction Rookie. I own that gutter. You still owe me rent. Ham sandwich. I watched Invisible People and Chosen One. The hardest thing about recovery for me was, one problem a day, how to get a balloon or an 80. When I cleaned up, I had 100 problems a day. Go to work, pay your phone bills, pay your restitution, etc. Right, because you have responsibility when you get sober, you know? Yes, James, I would be amazing. I'm doing good, Courtney. Boss baby saying here, that's why I relapsed. Awesome career path for you. It's not even a career, it's actually your ministry. Exactly. And so that's what I would want to do if I go back to college. But let me tell y'all something. What I'm doing right now is this is my dream, is helping you guys and being of service to you guys. Okay. I will do anything I can to help you. Okay. You guys this right here, Real Talk Recovery, this is my life mission, okay? Hey, Jose, how are you doing? I hope you're doing good. Are you staying sober? Did you talk to your probation officer and tell her that you got some phone numbers? So, do you guys have any more questions for me? I love it when you guys throw me questions and I get to answer them for you. Questions, or do you have anything that you want me to talk about or you want my opinion on? Throw it out in the comment section. I'm down. I'm chilling. I'm having a good time. I want to chill for a little bit longer, so we'll stay live for probably about 30 more minutes. So take this opportunity because I want to talk with you guys. Okay. So yeah, I want to be able to. Okay, I'm very blessed. So James says, what do you do for a living now? So James, I actually have a part-time job working for Hallmark Greeting Card Company. I'm a retail merchandiser. And then I have another job. My other job, the one that I work the most, is I work for a company called Social T Pro. And what we do is we represent ethical treatment centers. And the treatment center that we are working with right now is American Addiction Institute of Mind and Medicine. And so I'm actually work with Dr. B, answering the phones for him for his 1-800 number for people when they're calling looking for treatment. And then I also answer phones for new patient admits on his clinic in Southern California. You can start as a peer specialist because they require volunteer hours versus college. Your YouTube page is ample volunteer hours. Yeah, so Sakina, I actually am working with this guy named Monty. He's actually trying to get to be my trainer. So I already got it in the works, girl. Yes, ma'am. She said, I'm doing good and being responsible, looking for a sponsor on my own. I thank you for everything, Nichole. Anytime, man. Anytime. Give her the channel and tell her if she has anybody else that needs recovery support that she can send them over here, you know? So Sakina, remember whenever I found that Mara meeting that I went to for the first time here in Little Rock? Well, at that meeting, I met a man named Monty, and he's actually a peer support specialist trainer. He's also a certified drug and alcohol counselor, and he works at the Suboxone clinic in Little Rock called Our Care. And he wants to take me under his wing and train me. So it was like God put us together to meet each other at that Mara meeting. He's actually the one who started that Mara meeting in real life. And since he's not on Suboxone, he asked me to kind of take over. And so I'm going to be chairing it. I'm trying to build the meeting up because it's in real life here in Little Rock. And there's so many people who need that support here in Little Rock. You know what I mean? So. New idea for Hallmark sobriety birthday cards, kind of like sobriety chips. James, that would be awesome. I think that's a great idea. You know what I've been thinking about, you guys? I've been thinking about ordering just like a 50 count. What is your opinion on using methadone or Suboxone? I support it 100%, Ruthie. Absolutely, 100%. Maintenance medication saved my life. And I had tried to get sober for many, many years. And I got on Suboxone and it saved my life. I am on, if y'all did, I don't know, did y'all know this? I'm on 1 milligram of Suboxone actually. And I was on 12 milligrams, but I have tapered down to 1. And I'm trying to get myself back on track with my taper because it is hot in here, you guys. Since coronavirus came, I kind of got a little depressed. But I'm back on track now, so I actually have to go pick up my refill tomorrow. I hate how this neck is. Oh, James, yes, I have been working my ass off, you guys, to wean down. Not that, like, if you're somebody who's on Suboxone and you're staying on it for your life, please do not feel like you have to taper off. It's all up to you guys. It's a personal journey, okay? And don't let anyone ever make you feel ashamed of what you're doing for your recovery because it doesn't matter, okay? The difference between active addiction and you being, you'll die, life or death. That's what I'm trying to say. That's how serious this is. If you are an opiate addict, and you need support, get on maintenance medication. I will help you, okay? And then you can taper off when you're ready, okay? But if you've tried everything and you've tried to get sober and you haven't been successful, it can really change your life and help you so much. I know because I've been there. I tried for over 10 years to get sober, in and out of treatment, relapse after relapse after relapse. Yeah, James, let me get it for you. You are going to love him. And the way I found Dr. B, you guys, was from YouTube. So let me just tell you guys. Let me tell you how God works in mysterious ways. How he has come into my life and really shown me that, girl, if you stay sober, your life is going to change. Okay? When I started this channel 2 years ago, I had just started working for Hallmark. And I was making $9 an hour or something bullshit like that. Not making a lot at all. And I started this channel and I started sharing my experience, strength, and hope. And about 7 months after I started this channel, I met Dr. B. Dr. B is a doctor who treats people that have addictions. He does maintenance treatment, and he has a therapist, a psychiatrist that works hand in hand with him, Dr. G, and they can provide all around treatment. So if you're somebody who struggles with mental illness and addiction, they can help you from all angles, right? Well, I met Dr. B about 7 months after I started this channel, and we started collaborating on videos together, okay? Just, like, he saw that I was, in recovery and that I utilized maintenance medication, and he listened to my message, and he, we have the same core values when it comes to recovery. That we are very focused on harm reduction, all-inclusive, non-judgmental recovery support. And we believe in the value of, maintenance medication and how it can help you and change your life, because so many people judge addicts that are on maintenance. So many people deter addicts of telling them not to get on maintenance, telling them that if they get on it, then they're just trading one addiction for the other. And what Dr. B did was he had created a channel where he was sharing why that's not true, why getting on Suboxone is not trading addictions. And he was sharing that from a doctor's perspective, a medical perspective. So it wasn't just me coming on in here and telling you guys, hey, there's a difference between addiction and dependency. Now I have this doctor who is basically putting a stamp of approval on the things that I've already been saying, right? And so we have the same, like, he's speaking facts, and I'm like, yes, that's right. So we collaborated on a couple of videos together, and then I met his assistant, or not his assistant, but one of the people that he has working for him, Austin. And when I met Austin, we started working together even more. And then they asked me to join their team, and I have been on their team since January. And it is amazing. Like, I get to help people every single day. I get to talk to people who are struggling, and I get to let them know that they're not alone. I get to help them find resources. I get to help them get into treatment. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I would have never been able to have this job if I hadn't started a YouTube channel, because I would have never met them. And so I get to do what I love, helping others, for a living. So it's pretty freaking awesome. Honestly, you guys, it's a miracle. It's a miracle, because I just celebrated 5 years sober. Okay? I just celebrated 5 years sober, and since I was 2 years sober, I have always wanted to help others. I have always wanted to get into the field where I get to help people with recovery. I've wanted to work in the treatment industry. And when I first started sharing about me, my personal journey utilizing Suboxone, nobody took me seriously. Nobody would give me a chance. People didn't want to work with me. People didn't want to hear my story. Okay? It has literally it took me a whole year, my first whole year on YouTube. This second year, or this is my third year, yeah, the second year and third year, I have been having so much great things happening. But I'm telling you guys, it has taken, like I said, years for people to open their minds and their hearts, and people also to see that, yeah, I'm serious about recovery, and I'm not ever going back to that life. I really think that some people were iffy about me, and they thought, oh, here's another girl on Suboxone saying she's sober, she won't last. Well, honey, I'm not going nowhere. And I'm here to help every other addict or alcoholic that's just like me. And that's the thing that keeps me going forward. Those people who told me that I wasn't in recovery, those people, yes, Green-Eyed Cat. Green-Eyed Cat says, you created your own chance by creating this channel. And I would have never imagined this happening, but no one would give me a chance. Nobody, you guys. I have been pushed out of groups of people here on YouTube who they just didn't take me seriously, or anyways, those people, I've long passed them by, and we're on another level, right? We're over here moving forward. But I'm telling you guys, like, this channel, if you go back and you watch all my videos from beginning till now, you get to hear all these stories of me going through these experiences with different people. People who were like, just treated me bad. you know, treating me bad, treating me like I wasn't valued, or that my recovery wasn't real recovery. And because you guys are part of this, you guys are the reason why this is doing so well. We have created our own lane, okay? So this is true because I've heard people say this. When you are somebody who is paving a new pathway, when you are what is it called? When you are like you're taking a new way of something, and and you're doing it, and nobody else is doing it really, or at least nobody else is talking about it, right? When you're spearheading something, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to groundbreaking pioneer. Yes, when you're the pioneer of something, and listen, I'm not taking credit for like Mara. What I'm saying is like trailblazers. Yes, I was one of the first people who was openly talking about being on Suboxone, openly sharing my story and trying to help others. I honestly, there's not a lot of people on YouTube. There's some people who take videos and they maybe share their experience tapering, but there's not anybody who's on maintenance medication who has built a channel around their journey on maintenance, and it has been a channel that has grown. And you know what I'm saying? Like, so I was trying to start a community for people like us, okay? Then I found out about Mara, and we joined together, and that has just been like the perfect combination. But what I'm saying is, when I first started my channel 2.5, 3 years ago, people laughed at me. People made fun of me. People talked about me behind my back. There are YouTubers that still have channels to this day who they did me dirty. They did me wrong. They laughed at me. They made fun of me. They talked bad about me behind my back, right? There's people in the recovery community on Facebook who have done that. And now I just have to tell you guys, like, it's like such an amazing feeling to have this channel and you guys and all of us coming together. I was talking about it the other night on a Zoom meeting. It's like we started out and it was like me with like 5 people behind me, right? And then 5 more people joined. And then 5 more people joined. And now it's like we have a movement. Real Talk Recovery is not just me. It is a movement. It is a group of people who are no longer accepting that stupid, close-minded idea of recovery that you can only claim recovery if you are abstinent, okay? We are challenging that status quo. We are challenging what society has always told us that recovery is, okay? And honestly, you guys, anybody can claim that they're in recovery, because you know what? It's nobody's business to tell you what recovery is. And that is why, like, this has just been such it's like so satisfying to see these good things happening, because there was times where I wanted to give up. There was times when I thought, you know what? People are talking bad about me. People are making fun of my weight. They don't want to be my friends. Everybody doesn't like me. It was really hard, you guys. It was really hard. I had girls that made videos about me, talking shit about me. I've had many people that still do that. And it was hard. And I thought, I'm just going to stop making videos. And I would stop making videos, and then I couldn't stay away. I was like, I have to make videos. I have to help people, right? And that's what it was, you guys. Like, I couldn't leave you guys just hanging here. It was so hard. I don't feel comfortable in AA. I can't really get involved, because if you don't have a alcohol problem, you can't join. Just go to open meetings. And here's the thing, like, Bobby, you could get involved, but where I was finding the problem was, I got involved because I was very, very involved in AA the first 2 years of my sobriety. Yeah, I was very involved. Like, I went to meetings 3 times a week. Green-eyed cat. No, they're not. In fact, I don't even, some of them aren't even around still. And I don't know if you were around when this happened, Green Eyed Cat, but you know one of the people who literally made like such a horrible video about me. And she called me awful things and said how I was just this way and that way and da 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 da. And no, they're not. They don't even really. Yeah, it's amazing. It's like victory. You know what I mean? Victory. So let me tell you something about that, Bobby, okay? So you can get involved. I think what happens for us addicts and alcoholics that are on maintenance medication is we want to be honest about that. And then when we are, and this is only in some cases, because some people in AA, you guys, a lot of people in AA, in fact, would say, you know what, that's
I'm the best
you.
guys in the whole world.
You do what you have to do as long as it's prescribed to you. Don't, you're fine. And that's the way it's supposed to be, because honestly, if you read the Alcoholics Anonymous Big Book, it says we have no opinion on outside issues. And opiate addiction is an outside issue. So if you're somebody who is in Alcoholics Anonymous and you are on maintenance medication, you don't have to say anything. And nobody can say anything to you about that. But some people do. And that's the problem that I was finding. I was being honest, and some people were judging me and saying things like, you're not going to be on that forever, are you? Blah, 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 blah. Hey, if you're still planning to fly in California, and don't forget, you will have to wear a mask because of the virus. I know, Wendy. I got one packed. And yes, I'll be there on the 9th. Fuck those people. Your approach is fantastic, and the fact you are so genuine makes this community much greater. Thanks, James. James, what video do you remember? Tell me what you're talking about. Who are you talking about?
Wait, Mama.
Roll call. Sid. I said roll call.
Mom, tell them this.
What? Big Chungus is in the house. That's what Nate said. So, but you can get involved. Like, let's say there's no meetings in your area. You can get involved. But that's what I was finding. I was finding that I wanted to tell these people, and I wanted to be honest, because that's what I was taught in my recovery, that it's the best be honest, right? Just like we talked about today in the meditation. And I felt like I could not be all the way honest. So that's why I love Mara, you guys, because I can be honest. I can be my true self, and nobody judges me there. And so that's why you guys need to come and hang out with us. You can go to Mara meetings with us. Murk, tell them we have a Mara meeting every Saturday at 6 p.m. and we all go to it together, and it's a Zoom meeting. There was a video a while back of a woman trashing. Oh, did she have black hair, James? I think recovery is when you are living your best life and on a path of healing from addiction and trauma and pain. Ruthie, that's exactly what it is. You are in recovery when you say you are. And that is one of our beliefs in Mara, is that you are in recovery when you say you are. So when it comes out of your mouth. Yeah, so that was one of them. I can be missing from here for weeks. The minute I walk in the door to see how you're going, I'm smiling. Green-eyed cat, I got so much love for you, man. You know I do. And some of you guys have been with me since the beginning. You guys have seen me go through all these changes, and for a long time I had to find my groove. I had to learn how to not worry about what other people think about me or what they're saying about me on their channels, right? It was really hard, you guys, because I felt it's hard because I wanted people to like me. And that was one of the things that I've struggled with all my life. That's one of the reasons why I was a drug addict. I struggled with low self-esteem. I struggled with being insecure, and I struggled with needing to be validated. And when I finally learned that I don't have to get validation from anyone except for myself, my God, my husband and my son are the only people's opinions I care about. That's real talk. When I finally learned that, I was free from that. And I know it's done. Stop acting like you're No, you, Nathaniel.
No, Big Chungus.
Look at me. Do not say that.
I just said.
You don't tell me to shut up. Say say yes, ma'am. Nathaniel. Thank you. Now, come here. Do you want a fork or a spoon?
A fork.
A fork? Okay.
I
Now,
can't.
the reason why I'm telling you this, Nate, is because I'm not your slave, and that's the way you're treating me. Now, I know the food's done. If you want to start trying to make stuff on your own, you can do that.
But why do you do that?
Come here. Here's your soup. It's 9 o'clock at night, and you're eating a bowl of soup.
Probably, like,
Okay.
if I don't, like, I'll probably put it in 100 degrees and make it so hot and not even know.
Well, that's really hot, but I put ice in it. I love you, okay? Just no talking back, son.
Okay, butthead.
Okay, butthead, I love you too.
Your butthole.
I rode my bike today. A homeless guy smoking a cigarette passed me up. I'm no good. What if he judged me? I need big... Bobby, exactly. Bobby, that's exactly how I felt. Yes, but in AA it says, can a non-alcoholic... Oh, okay. So here's the thing. Yes, a non-alcoholic person can be a member of Alcoholics Anonymous. You know how? All you have to do is have a desire to not drink. So it says in the big book, it talks about how the only require for membership is a desire to quit drinking. Okay, so a lot of addicts are a part of AA, and the way they become a part of AA is that they just say, I no longer have a desire to drink. I want to quit. I have a desire to stop drinking. Just like in NA, the only requirement for membership is a desire to stop using. See? But I feel what you're saying. Like, I needed to be around people that I can relate to. That's why, like, if you guys are on maintenance medication, or you're on an antidepressant, or you're on medication because you have pain management, and you don't feel like you fit in at AA or NA, come to Mara, you guys. Come to Mara. I'm serious. You will love it. It's so amazing. It's amazing. I cannot say it enough. Come to Mara, okay? If y'all don't come to Mara, you're missing out. Like, seriously. We have been having such good meetings. Okay, I'm done preaching. I'm done preaching. Hey, Esther, what's up? James, you are so crazy. You know that? James says, I started a new meeting. Shardy's Anonymous. But you guys, like, I'm telling you guys this because I had to go through these changes in my life. And even today, I still struggle. I still think that I'm not worthy. I still struggle with validation issues, okay? But anytime I do get in that headspace, I remember how far I've come. I reflect on what I was like back then, and I don't want to be like that. I don't want to seek validation from other humans, especially people who I don't even know. You know, when I first started this channel, I was trying so hard to make friends, and you guys, I'm telling you what, having a YouTube channel is like being in high school all over again. All over again. It really, really is. So, hey Sarah, what's up, girl? And everybody is welcome here on this channel. Anybody is welcome. You guys, I have made amends to every person that I've ever had a disagreement with, and I have just patched all. I just want people to know it doesn't matter if you and me hated each other. It doesn't matter if you're struggling with addiction and you need help, just reach out to me. I will help you. I don't care if you pissed in my Kool-Aid. I will help you. I put that shit to the side to help people. You know what I mean? Seriously. That's why, like, a lot of people ask me, like, oh my gosh, doesn't it drive you crazy, that Big Sid, that Adam makes videos about you? And I'm like, no. You know why? Because when he talks about me on his channel, you guys, there's people in the comment section, like James and Bobby, who might need support in their recovery. And that's how they find my channel, you know? I know. Because people, they get offended, you know? They get offended. But I don't get offended. I used to, but now I just don't. I don't. It's like too serious to get mad about anything. Oh, let me see what you said, Ramblin' Ruthie. I'm sorry, I didn't see your comment. My husband just kicked me out of the bedroom and was talking smack about me watching this. It is hard to be married because he is an alcoholic and doesn't understand any of it. I wish my man had a desire to stop, but when he drinks, he has no idea how it triggers me. Ruthie, I am so sorry. And Ruthie, didn't you message me on Real Talk Recovery on the Facebook? I messaged you back, I think, on there. Let me tell you something, okay, girl? He don't want to hear the truth, okay? And so, you know what? If he's going to talk shit or kick you out of the room for watching videos about helping people and actually getting help, then you just tell him, fine, I'll go in here and watch Nichole by myself, you know? I know it's hard because I've been through it, but I'm going to tell you this, okay? I had to get to a point with my husband where he wanted to make a change too. Hey, Misty. It's okay. So here's the thing, Ruthie. You can't seek validation from someone who is sick, okay? So he is obviously struggling, and that's why he's drinking, okay? And so you don't need validation from somebody who's not in their right mind, okay? And you know what? Like I was saying, the stronger you get in your recovery, the stronger you get to stand on your own, the more you're going to want that situation to change at home. And you might get to a place where you say, you know what? I've done everything I can do, and I can't stay in this relationship. Or he might see you making so many positive changes, and he wants to make changes. But that's right, James. You have to find validation in yourself. You know, and I'm going to tell you guys, one of the most attractive things to our spouses, boyfriend, girlfriend, husbands, wives. Yes, we're live, John. What's up, baby? Is someone who is when we're confident in what we're doing, and when we are taking care of ourselves and we're doing the right thing. That's one of the best ways. It's called attraction rather than promotion. They talk about it in AA, attracting people by your actions. So you doing the right thing, you staying sober, you changing your behaviors, guess what? That's going to attract others to make changes. So by having this channel and doing recovery and doing my recovery for the last 2.5 years on YouTube, what I'm doing is we're attracting people to make changes in their life that are coming over and saying, hey, this girl used to shoot dope. She used to be homeless. She got her kid taken away. There's so many of you moms who have been in that same situation, and you guys have reached out and said, hey, I just got my kids taken away, and I watched your story, and it inspires me, and I want to get to that point where I can get my child back too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are going to change. But the thing about it is guys, like, we can talk about changing all day long, okay? And I'm going to use my weight loss and my struggles with weight loss as an example to show you guys, okay? So it's no secret that I struggle with overeating, okay? I have been overweight for the last 2 years, okay? I gained a lot of weight, probably about 70 pounds, okay? And it has been really, really hard because I am very insecure about it. I'm very open about my insecurity about my weight. I share about it here on my channel, and honestly, it's made me the butt of a lot of jokes. In fact, I tried to work out on live streams and was made fun of so bad that now when I comment on people's videos, there's trolls that go underneath my videos and call me fat. So, but the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is because I can talk about getting in shape all day long. Thank you, James. I appreciate you, babe. But if I don't take the action and I'm not making changes, then I'm not going to make, it's going to be just all talk, okay? So I can come on here and I can say, I want to lose weight, I want to get in shape. But if I'm not working out, eating healthy, changing those negative behaviors surrounding food, then I'm just going to continue making those same unhealthy choices and I'm going to continue struggling with my weight, right? It's the same thing with recovery. If I go around talking about how I want to get sober, but I'm not taking any action and I'm not taking the proper steps forward, then it's just going to be me talking about being sober and living my life in recovery. Do you see what I'm saying? So, it's the biggest struggle I've ever struggled with is my, honestly, it's harder for me to get in shape and lose this weight. It's harder for me to do that than it is to stay off drugs. Okay. I struggled with that for a long time. Took a while, but it was a process with eating a little less than just a walk, then a bit more until it eventually became a habit of hard daily workouts. James, that's awesome. The secret life I kept was addictive. To keep a secret because he kept so much from me in the beginning. It might not be right, but it was what it is. Yes, James, yes. And so the way that I have started with my journey, James, is okay. So one of the things that I have incorporated is these drinks. Okay, so I drink water all day, every day. Like it's seldom that you'll ever see me with a Coke or anything like that. Another thing that I have started doing is intermittent fasting. So I will stop eating at 7 o'clock at night, and I will not eat again until tomorrow at 2. So my open window to eat is from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then I don't eat after that, okay? Now, during that 2 to 7 p.m. window, okay, I'm only taking in 1,200 calories. So, it's really easy for me to do intermittent fasting. Like, I'm really, like, I love it. It works for me. So, at 2 o'clock, I'll have a small meal, like a turkey sandwich with some carrots and a water. And then at 5, I'll have something like dinner. And then if I want a snack at 6:30, I'll have a snack. And then I'm done. I'm done. You know, that's also helped me to stop binge eating at night. One of the reasons why I gained all this weight was because I was binging every single night. I would wake up at about 12, 1 o'clock, come down to the refrigerator and eat sweets, drink milk, eat cheese. I mean, it was awful. And then I would wake up and I would be so sick from overstuffing my stomach all night. And it was almost like I was walking in my sleep. You know what I mean? Eating. It was crazy, y'all. It takes a hell of a lot of courage to come on here and bare your soul. Your strength is contagious, and that's why people are catching on. Oh, Joe, I love you. We love you too, Ruthie. You're doing great, Nicole. If you get hungry, just eat a little more. 1,200 calories is low, you know, but you're doing awesome. I do the same thing. I wake up hungry every night. And so, MW, I'm so glad you commented. Hey, John, Cheese Its. I love Cheese Its. Intermittent fasting is great. Just make sure you get all of your food groups in there, vitamins and such, but that's a great step. Let me show you another thing that I have incorporated, you guys. Okay, so I take a daily vitamin, but then I also have these, they're apple cider vinegar gummies. And let me just tell you guys, I don't know what it is. Hey, Polly, what's up? Those apple cider vinegar gummies, I swear to God, they help me, y'all. I swear they do. So I have been doing the intermittent fasting. Hey, Monica, for it's probably been like a month now. But I'll tell you this. I was working out really steady with a trainer, and I've got to get back on my working out. If I get back on my working out and I incorporate the intermittent fasting with a low calorie intake, I'm going to be off the chain. The weight will just drop off, and I know that because I've done it before. I lost 65 pounds when I got out of prison. Do you want to know how I did it? I ate 1,200 calories a day, and I walked 2 miles a day. That's it. I ate 1,200 calories, and I walked 2 miles, and the weight melted off of me. Because when you're eating at a calorie deficit, less calories in and more burning, then you're going to lose weight. It's like science, right? But that was the problem for me for a long time. I was taking in too many calories and I wasn't burning any. Now that I have come to that realization that I've got to burn calories, even if it's just like I said, going for a walk and walking 2 miles, that 2 miles helps. Yes, so Sam, when I was set up with my trainer, they told me to do 1,700, I think. So I can go all the way. So sometimes I go up to 1,700. And so, like right now, it's 10:40. I'm not gonna eat. That's why I got this big ass thing of water. Y'all, it's like, especially since I've started working from home more, I'm not as active as I used to be, and so I've got to take in lower calories. Yes, James. So yes, if I was more active and I was like exerting a lot of energy, then I would definitely take in more calories. But I'm not. Like I'm basically working on a computer all day long. You know what I mean? So that's why it's helping me. That's why it's working for me. I'll tell you another thing that's helped me do is it's helped my mind. Like just how I feel. Like last week, I failed like miserably on doing any kind of exercise. So Sam has been texting me, and for me, I either want to do something fun like dance, or I want to be outside in nature and walk. And so that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start putting you guys on a selfie stick and taking y'all walking with me. And we can do that daily together. You know, and so we can Zoom that together. So anybody that's in Patreon, I will Zoom our walk tomorrow, and you guys can do it with me. But see what I'm saying, you guys, like doing things with you guys though, and coming together, that helps me to do it too, because you guys help me stay accountable. So many of you guys are like, you help me and you help me. Well, you know what? You guys help me. You know? Oh, hold on. Sorry, I wanted to give you guys zoom, zoom, zoom. Yes, I love taking apple cider vinegar. Yes. Okay, so let me see what y'all are doing. How many of you guys joined the Facebook group? Did anybody join? No? You bums. Let me get this. Okay, where's my Patreon at? Hit that like button, y'all. Thanks, Joe. I love you. Okay, so Boss Baby, are you in here? Because if you are in here, I'm messaging you on Patreon. Oh. Boss Baby, is that you? James? Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Okay. So that's you though, right? Is that you? That's you though? Okay. I just texted you and I just sent you our private chat for Hangouts, okay? That is a good way to lose weight fast, but you have to be careful not to cause malnutrition. Right, Ruthie. So we'll work together on this, y'all. Hey, Michelle, what's up, girl? No, I'm having a good night tonight. That's probably why I'm up so late on a live stream. We started about an hour and 30 minutes ago, and I just came on to do a meditation and ended up staying on here for a while. But thanks for asking. I appreciate you asking, girl. Okay, y'all want to walk with me? I'm excited. Okay, sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan to me. Okay, y'all gotta stay on me though, okay? I will tell you this though. I have been having a hard time with in disciplining my son, but it's just mom life. I'm just struggling learning how to set boundaries, but I'm so grateful because I have you guys, and so many of you guys have helped me, and all my people in Patreon gave me so many good suggestions, and I'm already putting them into use. James, whatever you want to do, bub, whatever you want to do. Y'all are so so freaking crazy. Okay, let me show y'all something that Sky made. She made this dancing little thing with me and Murk and everybody's faces. It's so, where did it go? It's so funny. I don't know if y'all will be able to see it. That's me. And LT and Murk and Sky. Hey, hey, hey. Where am I going in California? Bobby, I will be in Santa Ana, California, August 9th at 4:15 p.m. Are y'all excited? Who is in California that's going to come hang out with me at my hotel room one night? So I will be at work with Dr. B during the day, but in the evening I will be back at my hotel room, and I'm bringing my camera, and I want to set up my camera, and I want to do some interviews. So if you're in California and you want to come over and do an in real life interview with me and do a live stream with me and hang out and go get lunch or dinner or something, I am so excited, you guys. Like, I cannot wait. I've already let Splinter know. I've already let Dino know. I've already let Sam know. But I want to get with a bunch of you guys and do some videos, you know? And anybody that's in California that is part of Real Talk Recovery that wants to hang out and just go eat together. Like, I want to hang out with you guys. So that's why, yes, August 9th, 4:15, I will be there. I'm flying out at 10 o'clock from Little Rock Airport. I live in the South. I live in Arkansas. I'm going to be really careful. I got a mask, you know, and I'm going to wash my hands and all that stuff. I have never really tried meditation. How do you even begin with that? Would that help? Ruthie, that's a great question. Oh, Esther, I wish you were down south so we could hang out, girl. I will. So my aunt lives in California, so I already called my aunt. She's going to come and see me, and like all my cousins, aunts, and uncles live in California from my mom's side. So let me tell you about meditation, okay? Yes, quiet time can count as meditation. So this is what I do, Ruthie. Every night before I go to bed, or even when I'm in bed, let me show you what I do. Y'all, I'm serious. You are going to love this. If you don't love it, I don't know, but I love it. I get a sleep meditation. This one's good.
Hi, everyone. I'm here to
Hold on,
share
I'll
my
show you.
story. I've only known superficial relations.
Do not listen to this recording whilst driving.
You hear that?
And there can be so much peacefulness and calm building here. As you enjoy a deeper sense of restfulness and that rest to be sensed as you arrive into your best relaxation.
I always do that. I put on just like a meditation with somebody talking, and then the music really peaceful in the background, and I just listen. Honestly, all you have to do is type in sleep meditation on YouTube, and it'll pull up so many different ones, and you can pick which one you like. And the people that upload usually don't have any ads, so it just goes all the way through. I have some that last 4 hours, and I'll put that in my ear and I'll close my eyes, and as it tells me to breathe in, I'll breathe in. Like, it's awesome. It is awesome. Now, let me show you something else I love to do that really does help me a lot. What's up, Real Deal Spill? Let me show you this girl that I found recently. She is amazing. Her channel is called Goodnight Moon. And let me just show y'all something. She does the bomb videos, ASMR. So y'all are gonna love her. If you need something to help you kind of like relax at night. Oh, I saw something. Oh, thank you so much, Michelle. Thanks for the $3, girl. You did not have to do that, but I really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I would love to meet you and Dr. B, but girl, I am on the East Coast. Dang it, Ruthie. I wish you were on the West Coast. This is so cool. You've come so far in 2 years, Nichole. Oh, yeah. Well, I'll be working out there. You know, me and Dr. B will be working because I'm going. That's where I'm going. I'm going to work and learn from Dr. B and the team. Me too, Jose. I love fire crackling. I have an app called Headspace. I really like it. They have beginner's guided meditations that help you get started. And a lot of it, you guys, like, it's just learning how to breathe and just shut your mind down. That's one of the things that I have, like, it's helped me a lot. Okay, so let me show you guys. So it's amazing. She puts so much work into her videos, you guys. So let me show you. I like it a lot. You might not like it. Okay.
The Muppets are creating an incredible new show for
Just let me show y'all.
Hey guys! Oh, hi! It's gonna be...
Oh.
You seem to have taken an interest in my ingredients last night. Took it upon themselves to spice up the arrangement.
She does like a whole, like some of them are like where she's a little troll and she's like working inside of, it's just like she's acting out, but it's ASMR and it's so peaceful and calm to listen to. Like, it's just so cool. Aw, thank you so much, Cindy. Cindy's Journey. Shout out, girl. Thanks for the $5. I love you too, girl. I love you too, and I appreciate your support for real. Bobby says, I've been in Riverside, California 53 years. My mom was from Santa Monica in the 40s. Yeah, Bobby. My whole family on my mom's side lives in California, in Whittier, Los Angeles. Do you know if the ones with frequencies are dangerous? Oh, like, what kind of frequencies? Like, explain to me what you mean. It sucks all the meetings are closed where I live. Boss baby, it's okay. We got you. We have support for you, okay? You can hang out with us. I'm in New York. When are you coming up north? Okay, so now my uncle lives in New York in Long Island. And so the last time I went to Long Island was no, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. It was for my 1 year, no, 4 years ago, because I was 1 year sober. So I don't know when my next time will be going up north, but I know this. If and when my channel hits 10,000 subscribers, I want to do a literal meetup, like somewhere in the middle, I guess we would have to do it. But I want to have like a real talk recovery convention or meetup where we can hang out, go get something to drink and go bowling or something. Not drink alcohol. Y'all know what I mean. I know, me too, Ruthie. I love it. Admit you're slightly more northern than Alabama, or we will have to have a manners of contest. I challenge you to a hospitality match. James, I'm literally... Is Arkansas... Yeah, I guess I'm a little bit more northern than you. Do you have an Instagram? I do, James. It would be awesome, huh? So yeah, I've been talking about doing a Real Talk Recovery kind of meetup for a long time. And so, did Leonard give you that bracelet? Oh, no, he gave me one. I do have one that Leonard made me, though. It's a leather bracelet, and it has sober engraved on it. It's really pretty. He also made my sister a messenger bag for her computer. It's really nice. I'll get my Instagram for y'all. So, yeah, I've been wanting to do something to where we can all hang out and meet up. But like I said, I have a goal that will do it when I hit 10,000 subscribers, because that will be like a milestone that I can be proud of, So, yeah. I want to share my Instagram with you guys, but I'm not sure how. Oh. Well, my Instagram is Real Talk Recovery. Real_talk_recovery. And, let me see what else y'all are saying. I love talking to y'all. So I have an Instagram. It's real_talk_recovery. So you guys, everybody welcome Cindy back to the family. Cindy had left for a while, but she called me the other day, and we talked, and she knows that I was never upset. Cindy, you know what? Here's the thing I want y'all to explain. I want to explain something to you guys. A lot of people on YouTube, their lives are miserable. Okay? And so when they see me on YouTube and they see me happy, they see me excited to help other people, they see me like improving my life and doing well and being of service to others, when they see that, they don't like it. It makes them angry. They're like, why is she doing well? Why is she it's because I'm doing the work, But other people, oh my gosh, they would love to just say horrible things about me. And Cindy got caught in the crossfire of somebody talking horribly about me. And she didn't even know about what had happened, so I sent her the video, and she couldn't even believe it. That's how it was just, I couldn't believe it either. And it was honestly very discouraging when all that happened. But, it is what it is. I will tell you this, that whenever I talked to you, Cindy, Lance texted me that night and apologized. So, I accept his apology. Does that mean I'm going to go out and be his best friend? No. Because to me, he showed his true colors. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like I can trust him. It really was hurtful, and that's what I told him. So, but he apologized, so I appreciate that. You know what I mean? And I appreciate you sticking up for me, girl, and talking to him and him I appreciate you, because you've been with me since I started my channel, Cindy. And one of the things that Cindy struggles with is not listening to me. Girl, you know that 9 times out of 10, if somebody's talking shit, it's because they're talking shit. I hadn't done nothing. You know what I mean? I'm just over here chilling. Yeah, right. So that's the thing. That's why I said, I forgive him, and I'm appreciative that he apologized. But like I said, I'm not going to go over there and be his best friend or nothing. Yes, Bobby, that's it. Feed with a long-handed spoon. And that has been my experience. Hey Keisha, what's up, girl? That has been my experience with people here on YouTube, is that I will let people in and I will get close to them and then they will fuck me. And so that's why I'm like, I would rather, I help out. Okay. I support channels that support me. Okay. And that might sound, shitty, but it just is what it is, because I have gone out of my way to support other channels and shout their channels out and just really go hard for them, and they never, ever supported me. And so now, if I'm supporting you, it has to be a two-way street. I'm not going to be over here sharing your videos every other day and talking your name up, and you ain't ever even gave me help throwing me a bone. This YouTube, when you're a YouTuber and you have a channel, it's a business relationship. You know what I mean? And so, like, you guys see Splinter, Texas Prison Stories, Nate Dog 916, those are people that I fuck with, because you know what? I can text those guys and say, hey, will you do me a favor and share one of my videos? Tim Snow, he's amazing. He'll share my video anytime I ask him to support me and help me out, because he supports my message. He supports recovery, and he knows that, and that's why I fuck with him. You know what I mean? But, like, there was a couple of girls that I was friends with here on YouTube, and Big Sid, yep, he shares my shit too. There was a couple girls that I was here on, thanks, Cindy. There was about 3 girls I was friends with here on YouTube. I would share their shit all the time for them, shout them out, just trying to be supportive, right? They would never do that for me, never. And so, you know what? I quit doing it for them. And no, I wasn't upset with you, Cindy. No. I wasn't upset with you at all. That's what I was saying. I was saying that you had went away for a while because of some stuff that went on that you thought with Lance, and that you actually stuck up for me and he apologized. So I was telling you, thank you, girl. You know what, James? I do need to do that. Thank you. I know, Cindy. I know, and you did a good job. I appreciate you for sticking up for me, for real. But I'm gonna tell you, like, several of these people that I would go to bat for, and they wouldn't even talk. They wouldn't even, honestly, you guys. Hey G fan, what's up? They wouldn't even say. They wouldn't even mention my name. You know what I'm saying? It was so discouraging, because here's the thing. We're all trying to help each other. You know what I mean? We're all trying to help each other, and there's no competition. So, that's why if you have a channel and you come on my channel, we will share your link, because there is enough people on YouTube for us all to have a lot of subscribers. You know what I mean? So there's no reason, there's no competition, and that's how I've always been. I've always been about shouting other people's channels out and helping other people build their channel and giving you guys recommendations of other channels that you can find that you'll like, right? But there's some people who are just so competitive that they will, yes, Murk will share your link, that they think it's all about, so anyways, we're not like that over here. I will help anybody I can, and I love supporting other channels, and so that's what I do. I support other channels that fuck with me. We fuck with each other. So, hot flash, for real, Michelle. I know, G-Fan, that's what it's about, and that's how it's become, is it got to a point where people were taking advantage of me, and it was discouraging because it was other women. Now, let me tell you a woman that hasn't taken advantage of me that I will support on YouTube for a long time, and that is Captain Napton and Jexy from According to Jexy. Those 2 girls right there are amazing. And Captain, let me just say this. Captain is extra amazing because she just popped in the chat too, which is so crazy. She must have known I was talking about her. Captain has literally gone so hard for me. We have become best friends on YouTube, and she has been somebody who has been consistently supporting me and never stops supporting me. And so that's why, here's the thing, you guys, it's about being like a loyal, good friend. And so if I'm scratching your back, scratch my back too, damn it, People take advantage of men as well. They do. When I found out what he did, I know you did, Cindy. I know. I thank you too. Not much. I'm hot as hell. Yes, just reciprocate it. Exactly. That happens so much, you guys. And the thing about it is, it's like I've just been taught that way. You know what I mean? I've just been taught to be like, if somebody is supportive of me, I'm going to support them, And so sometimes I wonder, were these people brought up the same way I was? It sucks. But the guys, I'm telling you, in the prison community, the prison YouTubers that I hang out with, they have welcomed me with open arms. JD from Prison Break Raw, love him to death. I mean, those guys, Tim Snow, Nate, Splinter and me he is one of my very good friends, and I just love him to death. Good night, Joe. Love you. He calls me and checks on me, and he's just a good ass dude. Me and my husband were watching his new video that he dropped today, and we were literally laughing out loud together. It was so funny. If y'all haven't watched Splinter's new video, y'all have to watch it because it was really good. But anyways, I'm fixing to get off here. We've been on here for 2 hours, y'all. 2 hours. Yes, you'll love Captain. She is a commentary channel. So tomorrow is Monday, you guys, and Monday night at 7 we have a recovery support live stream video, just like we're having now. Tomorrow night, if anybody is wanting to, are any of you guys willing to come up and share your story? If you are, send me a message on Instagram or DM me on Facebook at Nicole Ploudre or on Real Talk Recovery, and you can come up and share your story. If you guys have any topics that you guys want to talk about tomorrow night, please let me know. I think we talked about some really good topics tonight. Like we could talk about, Salvador says, I did time in the CDC, 93 to 98, and I hate how the male prison channels are so sensitive. Oh, I know, right, Sal? But you know what? Everybody I feel like is coming together now, and a lot more people are getting less sensitive and more open-minded. They are very interesting. I love them. So what do you guys want to talk about tomorrow? Let's talk about that real fast before I go. I need to know, what do you guys want to talk about tomorrow? We can talk about anything you want to talk about. Anything. So what do y'all want to talk about? I'm going to let y'all choose. I know that one of the things that I always like to talk about, well, drugs. Duh, that's what this channel is about. Drugs, addiction, recovery from addiction, though. Yes, Captain Napton, you'll love her. You'll love her. So we can talk about relationships. We talked about relapse tonight, and that was good. Yeah. Drug addiction and how it leads people to homelessness. Okay, that's a great topic. Okay, you got it, babe. Talk about if pride and sobriety needs to be balanced. Bobby, that's a good topic. Yeah, you know how I feel about pride. I feel like you have to straight up smash your pride and then rebuild yourself back up. But we'll talk about that tomorrow, okay? So we'll talk about drug addiction in prison, we'll talk about homelessness, and we'll talk about pride and ego. Okay? Okay. All right, you guys. Those are some awesome topics. I'm excited. Okay, so tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Boss baby, I'm texting you right now, so answer your phone. All right? I love you guys. Good night.